PowerWash Simulator. Once again, I am a whole day late on streaming this game. But it matters not, for we are back. Back and streaming the pressurized water shooter and grime remover game. So that's always fun. Also in the chat, there's like a little thing at the very top that says subscribe and earn drops. I think it lasts for 2 minutes. I think I can hit dismiss and it goes away. But I want to see if it goes away on its own. What's weird is I have a little pop filter for my mic. But it doesn't look like it stays on perfectly straight. Not sure why. Move this mic around. It looks like it's sitting on there straight. Why is pop filter like all discombobulated? What if I put this on the thingy like this? Click. Nope, still crooked. Don't know why. Finally got a laptop to watch your videos and I don't have to argue with my phone. That's always good. So, how does it feel to be part of the laptop crew? Apparently, from what I understand, Firefox gives people issues with, like, my videos. Or streams. Yeah, laptops will do that. Make things way better. It's because you actually have a platform to, like, decode the video and stuff. So that checks out. But let's continue this conversation while I am blasting away a swamp with water. Which, if you think about it, it's already water there. Huh. Blah, 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 blah. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Apparently, my mouth... can't speak today. My mouth stops working anytime I load a game. Whoops. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I woke up. I did stuff. Forget what I did. Lots of driving. Some shopping. Coffee! And then I played card games. And that was fun. Doing stuff is always fun. And good. Mostly good. It's productive. Actually, it's Shrek Swamp. So what did you do today? Tell me all of your secrets of thine activities. Oh yeah, I also learned that you can add more cheese to cheese pizza to make it cheesier. Got Starbucks and got some Chipotle and got drinks with friends. That sounds awesome. I'm really happy you got drinks with friends. Chipotle, I don't really... There's not a lot of food there that I would eat. But I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I know a lot of people like Chipotle, so... B-Bar Ogra. I'd ask you what you got at Chipotle, but I also don't know their menu because I don't eat there, so... Unfortunately, it's gonna get lost on me. What's my go-to food spot? My kitchen. Danger. I mean, nothing can beat your own recipes, right? Because you can tailor them the way you want. Oh, it's a broken mirror. Oh. Toothpaste, toothbrush. Oh, the toothbrushes are bones, I think. Yes. Extra cheese, grilled cheese. You know what's funny about that? I actually like my grilled cheese just being very buttered and garlic salted bread. More carbs than actual cheese. Don't know why. Just got a preference. Oh great, how am I gonna get that? That's how. But yeah, I got weird preferences for certain foods. Don't know why, just how my taste buds work. I like bread more than I like cheeses. But at the very least, that just means that it's very easy for me to be happy. Yeah, that's the weird thing. When it comes to pizza, it's like extra cheese is pretty good. Too much cheese actually ruins it, in my opinion. Also, what is it with people that don't eat the crust of pizza? Like, here's the thing. If you get a pizza, right, and you don't eat the crust, but you order breadsticks, like, what are you doing? The crust is literally free breadsticks. It is sacrilegious. Like, just get a little paintbrush, mix some like garlic butter, and then just brush it on the crust when you're done eating the actual pizza. Boom! You've got yourself garlic breadsticks. And there's multiple ways to make like a garlic butter. The simplest way for people that can't cook or don't know how to. Get some butter, salted butter. Get some garlic powder. Melt the butter in the microwave. Sprinkle in some garlic powder mixed together. Go gentle on the garlic powder at first. Simple. But yeah, there are ways like that to tell if you can trust someone or not. Another way to tell if you can trust someone or not is if they worship Nurgle over the Omnissiah. That one is a dead giveaway. I feel like that's a reference not everyone's gonna get. I'm okay with it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you'll eventually find a reference that I say that you'll get. For example, for all this glitter, it's all ogre now. Obligatory Shrek pun completed. Oh, I just made a really stupid Warhammer joke. You missed nothing. I cannot parkour up here. But here it is. Unfortunately... You can stay there. Interesting. Alright, all I said is if you don't know how to make homemade garlic breadsticks after you're done eating your pizza, because, you know, there are some people that don't eat the crust. All you do is you melt some butter in a bowl, add garlic powder. Not that much, but like maybe a couple teaspoons worth. And then boom, brush that onto your crust and you basically got yourself garlic breadsticks. Like, that's a simple version. If you want the better version, you actually have to get the crushed garlic that is in olive oil. And add that into the butter. But that might be a little bit difficult or time-consuming for some people. Or intimidating. Which I get. Like, the only 2 times I can excuse throwing the crust away is 1, if you're trying to cut carbs out of your diet, but then it's like, why are you eating pizza, right? 2 is if you just don't like the taste of pure bread. Just pure fluffy bread. You don't like it. And you prefer thin crust pizza. Granted, I'm still gonna be like, you're throwing away perfectly good food, but at least I can see why, you know? Well, yeah, exactly. At that point, you might as well just get a salad. No croutons, obviously. Of course, I like my carbs, so there's that. I will eat my gluten disc all day, every day. Okay, maybe not. I get constipated. Donkey! Anyway, Shrek asked me to mine the swamp for him while they're away on their honeymoon. Well, he didn't ask exactly, but best friends don't have to. True. You see, when Shrek saluted as they drove away in the onion carriage, I saw the unmistakable sparkle in his eye. He just got it on like Donkey Kong. It said, Donkey, this is your home too now. Watch over it. I trust you and I believe in you. Oh, that's what he meant. Not quite sure I delivered on that. How am I obliterating flower petals with my gun? I'm honestly curious if there's even a new Shrek movie coming out in the first place. Like, it wouldn't surprise me, but the series has been going on for freaking ever. That and Toy Story. There's a Toy Story 5 coming out. Where the toys have to deal with, like iPads and smart technology. Replacing them. Because, God knows, kids today don't want to play with toys. They want to watch Skibidi Toilet. Which, I kind of get the story aspect is kind of deep and it's getting somewhere, but like, come on, there's real life out there. And suddenly, I am a boomer. There's actually, I know a few kids today, because, you know, relatives have kids and stuff, that are actually, they have hobbies that are a lot smarter than just, like, brain rot. Like, if your hobby is sports and gymnastics and stuff, like, good for you. I'll even take Minecraft, honestly. Because that does take creative thinking. How much glitter do they buy? Jeez. Donkey out here spending absolute just mad stacks getting medieval glitter. Oh boy. I mean, I can't criticize Gen Alpha all that much. I literally spent like 6 months playing nothing but Factorio earlier this year. Yeah, like, I think that Shrek is a fantasy world, so like, they make a lot of modern jokes. But still, glitter? You know, now that I think about it, RuneScape and Shrek have a lot in common. Still so entertaining. I make the water gun go clickety clickety clack clack. There will never be a full version of that song. Don't worry. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that Uma Musume was out that long. I will say, for a gacha game, it's got a lot of content. But I can't play gacha games, mostly because... Well, it's not that I can't, but I can't really get invested in games where you have to spend money. Like, all the time. I say as I'm getting to the end of PowerWash Simulator 1, and I have to get the second. Look, if I ever become an actual licensed artist, like Iron Mouse, then definitely I'm gonna release a full version of whatever I come up with. But that's, not gonna be for a while. Oh, that's a window. So much glitter! Well, first off, I'm not a homeowner because I live in America and I'm not Gen Boomer. So there's that. Second of all, if I woke up and my residence looked like this, I would go back to sleep until I woke up and was not in this reality. Because clearly I'm in a fever dream. Or I slept for so long that all of humanity ended and I'm the last person alive. Imagine getting isekai'd, but it's the opposite. All of humanity got isekai'd except for you. Now there's an anime idea. Publishers, hit me up. I got so many ideas, bro. You don't even know. I'm like that video game producer company publisher thing. Idea factory. That's actually full of ideas. Shots fired. You know how animes have like those ridiculously long titles? You can name it something like that, like everyone got isekai'd except for me and I live my life in the standard world. Full anime title. Okay, that's actually a really good anime plot, but the doctor slash surgeon can also, like, he gets isekai'd into a fantasy world, like you said, and then he can use his skills to, like, advance the medicine of the fantasy world. Like, he needs a scalpel and they forge it and all that. Out of, like, mithril. At the end of the anime, he goes back to his real world and uses his skills in the fantasy world and possibly magics that he learns to perform his job better. He becomes the best paying surgeon ever. Such a rich array of mess, huh? Confetti! Wait, where? Parfait debris! Is Donkey okay? Why is he just... My brother in Christ, you are just naming stuff. Ew, he just said snot. Oh, you can see it there. Schnot. Sounds like that's not my problem. Upside down coconut souffle with mango chutney sauce crumbs. What? And that's before Tinkerbell started waving her wand about. Greatest night of my life. Donkey, what are you smoking? Because you can make a killing off of whatever it is. So thank you, I just got licked. movie wasn't really made for kids now that I watch it as an adult. That is so true. Like, there are so many jokes in movies where you watch it as an adult and you're like, how is this for kids? Like Jim Carrey's The Cat in the Hat. I think it's Jim Carrey. I'm not sure. But the Cat in the Hat movie that came out in like the 2000s, that movie had so many adult jokes in it. How is it for kids? If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I promise you, you're gonna be like, bruh. You're gonna be like, bruh, omega lol. Yeah, that movie really wasn't for kids. I feel like they add in the adult elements so that adults actually will want to watch it with the kids. The funny thing is, I will actually watch like a kid's show or a kid's movie just because I'm a child at heart. We're all children in our little ways. Mine just so happens to be in the form of, hey, their content, oddly captivating. I'm trying to think of examples, but the last time I had to interact with any of that kind of content was like literally half my lifespan ago. Oh boy. Wait, they found drugs on Puss in Boots? I gotta rewatch Shrek now. Bruh. I almost don't believe that just because, like, I believe it, but I also don't, you know? Like, I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure you're being 100% right now. That sounds like a Shrek thing they do. Oh yeah, catnip. I remember. That was a noise. But I remember. Why does that sound so creaky? That sounds like my knees in the morning. I forget, did he try using his cat eyes to get out of being arrested? You know, that classic tactic. He attacked the police? What a gangsta. Honestly, can't be mad about that. That is an incredibly gangsta move. The telekinesis powers are too powerful! Oh, lordy. I didn't think I could do that. That is so cool. Sorry, what'd you say? But they still found catnip on him, saying if he was using... I mean, I believe it. Again, I still have to see the movie to remember all the scenes, but... it's definitely a Shrek thing to do, to be like, oh, drug reference. Because the adults will get it. And the kids will just be like, catnip. You think Puss in Boots would use narcotics or opioids? Can I even talk about this on Twitch? Am I gonna get banned for talking about this? What is Twitch's TOS on fantasy drugs? Yeah, probably both. If you talk about anything that alters your state of consciousness, we're going to ban you, and that's why sleeping is not allowed on Twitch. I mean, if you think about it, sleeping is just hallucinating while you close your eyes. And you're unconscious. You know I'm not lying. Wait, are you telling me that people get paid to let strangers watch them sleep? So anyway... Shrek is a crazy movie series. You know, in certain cities across the US, they have Shrek raves. Where you can dance like an idiot to Shrek. There was a whole thing of glitter here. Why did you just I'm not gonna complain. Okay, the cooking streams I get. That makes sense. Because, like, sometimes you want to learn a new recipe and see how it turns out and the whole process involved. So that's understandable. Heck, I've even thought about, throwing up a few streams and doing some recipes myself. But the internet ain't ready for these hands. Half naked doing ASMR streams. Yeah. I personally don't get ASMR, like how it affects people, but I can see that people do like it, so it's like, I guess I sort of get it. Half naked just seems a little bit excessive, though. I'm getting the sense you took your job seriously. Kinda, I'm here to watch, not to talk vibe. I respect that. That was the shortest conversation from Donkey ever. But if you're hopping into a stream to watch ASMR, are you popping in for the half-naked part? Or for the actual ASMR part? There comes a point where I have to question it. Like, sometimes when you're doing a stream on something, I have questions more than I have answers. But you know what? There are some questions that are better left unanswered. Personally, I'd rather have my commentary in the games that I play and my reactions be the determining factor of whether or not I'm popular, instead of just a wooga, you know? Which, if I ever get custom emotes, I am totally doing, something similar to that. An emote of myself doing the awooga face. Because that would be funny. Very funny. I mean, if you're a dude and you're also topless, but, like, you got bulging muscles, kind of got that same advantage, honestly. both sides can play the whole, you know, shirtless or less clothes thing, but it all depends on your aesthetics, how you look. Or your confidence, that also affects it. Oh, great, all these forts are individual. Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. I feel like if you have to be half naked just to get views, a lot of the people aren't coming for your commentary on stuff. And like, we're all gonna get old and soggy, so it's like, eventually that's gonna dry up. But I feel like if people try to make their personality better and have an interesting viewpoint on stuff, I mean, that'll last forever. So it's definitely worth it to develop that as well. I realize I'm not one to talk about interesting viewpoints, but I'm just saying. Oh, that's Kicksplats. I thought that was the void of space. Like, a freaking nebula just blew up on the ceiling and blah! You know? That was totally a sound effect. I don't know what sound effect it was, but it was one. Yeah. Why are cake spots so hard to get up? I wonder how many people actually stayed because of the hat. I mean, I actually have a hat like this in real life. I wore it today. That's actually where I got the inspiration for it from. As it has it. Also, yeah, someone broke in while Shrek was gone. I think it was Donkey and his friends. Hello, giant chair. one is Shrek's chair, and that one is Fiona's. Oh, the hat is definitely a toggle. I just lost my mouse pad thing. There we are. The hat's definitely a toggle, because I can easily just boop, and it's gone. Boop, and it's back. What's funny is I never intended for it to be a toggle, but it ended up being a toggle, and I'm like, you know what, this works. It means I can change things up on the fly. And I was happy with it. Unfortunately, I can't change my hat or the rest of my clothing. I can only toggle the hat on and off. But eventually I do want to have the option to change out outfits as well. But it has priorities, and mine is paying the bills, so that comes first. Though I would be remiss to not mention that I do think about custom emotes every now and then. Like, imagine the grabby arms of Max Payne's comment, but like, with me instead. I can also imagine that, but like, with Heisme from Free Fantasio. That would be adorable beyond belief. Oh my god, I should do that. I'm cooking so hard I'm in the house like carpet. Okay, this is definitely Shrek's lounge chair. Do you think Shrek reads? What books would he read? Hi, it's been forever. Hello! Holy heart. Honestly, it has been forever. I kind of forgot about your name. I'm so sorry. A lot happened in life recently. But what's up? I mean, yes, but now I feel bad, so... Rawr. To be fair, my memory also sucks, so like... There's that. I'm doing pretty good, can't complain. How about you? Oh, That's fair. I mean, I don't really watch too many people on Twitch, besides like 2 people right now. Donkey says, wait a minute, it's not going to be too clean, is it? I mean, will Shrek get suspicious if it's too clean? No, Donkey. I don't know. We gotta roll back some. Is it too late to roll back some? Yes, it is. Anyway, I'm happy you're doing good. My eyelid is itchy. Okay. But yeah, as long as you're okay and you're doing good, I'm happy for you. I mean, TBH, if I got job offers, that'd be even better, but... we've all got struggles in life, and all of ours are different. At least none of mine deal with, like, actual struggles. Just, like, first world struggles, you know? So I'm at least thankful about that. Gotta be happy for what I have, and all that. Got an absolutely killer PC. Got a comfortable place to sleep. Got delicious food. Honestly, really happy with where I'm at. Doesn't mean I can't ask for more, but it's a good place to start. And I hope that you're in a similar situation. Huh? Because if you're not grateful, then you're always going to be depressy spaghetti. And the only spaghetti that is delicious is not depressy spaghetti, it's olive oil and garlic spaghetti. Because that's simple and delicious. Just like appreciating what you got. And yes, bills are draining. Especially when inflation is outpacing our pay increases, but I'm sure all adults know that. It sucks. But what you gonna do? We could all rise up in protest and overthrow the oligarchy, but that's a lot of work. Hey, at least you're starting from humble beginnings, Holly. Nothing wrong with that. Heck, there's a lot of interesting games you can stream using only 8 gigs of RAM. Could always try FTL. That could work. Yeah, Faster Than Light. It's a good game. And yes, committing corporate tyranny is easier said than done. Where the heck are you living that eggs are $13? How many eggs are you getting? 50? I mean, 50, I kind of get it. Eggs are delicious. Eggs are kind of an OP food. My throat is dry. Also, to be fair, I think dementia's gonna take out everyone in that has money in this country. It's gonna be an interesting landscape in the next 15 years. It's gonna be just a wild amount of estate sales. Oh, are you limiting, like, or emulating, like, older games? Because that's also pretty smart. Oh, okay. Wait, there's a Bejeweled 3? I didn't even know they made a second one. Why do mix and match games need a sequel? Is there a story to Bejeweled, like you're a jeweler or something, and you need to like mix and match the rocks so that like your customers can get like necklaces and stuff? Well, yeah, I don't know that because I don't keep up with Bejeweled lore. Sentences I thought I'd never say. The Bejeweled lore is it's like freaking, what's that game? Like Match Manor or something? Where there's like an evil grandma and she like killed a husband or something. And she's hiding in the manor. Game Theory covered it. Like several times. I didn't even know Bejeweled had a good soundtrack, I'll be honest. There was this game that came free with the Xbox 360, like the first releases. I forget what it's called, but it's like a similar game where you rotate 3 like hexes on a access point. And that game had some really interesting soundtrack selections. futuristic soundtrack stuff. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I knew Bejeweled was popular. Didn't know they had sequels. That's all. Wait, does Sam's Club let you, like, demo or play demos on their gaming computers? Did they just set up gaming workstations for you to, like, play games on? It's kind of pog, not gonna lie. Oh, this was in 2011. Okay. What was I doing in 2011? Bruh, I don't even remember. Yeah, I think in 2011 I was like... I think I was doing martial arts. Interesting curtain. Okay then. Okay, but if you can get a crack of the original Sims from 1996, you could run that on your computer easily. Just be aware that sometimes it randomly crashes. Or yeah, if you have a physical disc, that works too. I need to have a crack because I lost the physical disc. Don't know where it went. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The soundtrack for that game, especially for its time, was absolutely phenomenal. Can't say I've ever played The Sims 2, though. My favorite thing to do in The Sims 1, though, was freeze time right when you're firing off one of the cheap rockets. Because if you can sell the rocket while it's in midair, you can sell it for like 2,000 in cash. And just absolutely break the economy. I don't know why it's so much money, but it is. Kind of stupid if you ask me. Yeah, it's absolutely game breaking. Just like do that forever. I've only played a little bit of The Sims 3. Couldn't really get into it because I felt like my sim was aging way too fast. Like, bro literally went from, like, a young person to, like, on their deathbed in a span that they earned 1 point in logic. They were aging like flies. House flies have, like, a 24-hour lifespan. Oh, I didn't know that. I should have adjusted that. I didn't know because I was, I don't know, young and dumb. Insert breeze in here. Is that supposed to be a nail or a pipe? Anyway, what am I missing? Wait, can't you control the Sims? How on earth can you adjust their level of free will if you're controlling them? Oh. Wait, so if I adjust the slider so they have no free will, do they just stand around and do nothing as they starve to death? Because that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. They have no autonomy whatsoever. I am starving. I must stand here. Funny. Honestly, though, that is such a Sims thing to do. The Sims is such an interesting series, I swear. Don't even get me started on their language either. I have heard so many phrases in their Sim speak that I know they didn't say, but I still heard it regardless. trying to think of one. Yeah, Simlish, that's what it's called. I'm trying to think of a phrase that they said that always made me chuckle. I think when you ordered pizza in The Sims 1, I heard them say, fit for a man. Always funny. Your characters are generational idiots. We all know families today that are like that. Honestly, not too far from, like, actual real life. Okay, have fun with whatever you're doing. Boy. Yeah. Apparently the only way I can close this door is if I use my telekinesis. Wait. Oh, this table. Woo! Get out of my swamp! Unlocked. Exactly! And then we get a summary from Shrek. Wash a lot. Donkey's come clean about his little fix-up of the swamp. I see all my wonderful grog got washed away with the glitter. Mind you, now Fiona's gonna be living here too. It's only right. We can start a whole new mess together. Shrek. Now we get to clean Fairy Godmother's potion factory. Oh, Valiant Knight, aren't you a wonder? We've had a burglary at my beloved potion factory. Some impudent ogre and his posse tried to steal my most beloved creations. We chased them off, of course, but not before they caused chaos. I can't even ask my munchkins to clean it up. Half of them are now doves, and the others aren't covered by my elf insurance. So that exists. What the heck is elf insurance? I like how all of these are potion bottles except for the love potion and the happily ever after potion, which literally sound like the exact same thing if I'm being honest. Not gonna lie, the Rune Goldberg effects of this room are kind of cool. How the heck did bird poo get up here? What in the bubbly nonsense was that noise? Look, everyone, I'm getting my exercise in. Gotta say, this is the easiest treadmill I've ever been on. Oh, that was an actual achievement. That was an actual achievement. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that will be easy to clean. You're right. I can just stand out here and just psh forever. But no, that was an actual achievement. It's called, Look at Me, Shrek, I'm Trotting. In the Fairy Godmother's Potion Factory, run on the running wheel for 20 seconds. I was not expecting that. I did not see that. Oh, that's cool. Prince Charming. Couldn't help noticing your court of Spraylaw work carriage parked outside Mother Potion's factory. You better not get any of that mess on me, says the scrub. Pun intended. I'm not having my perfectly styled bouffant turn into feathers on that beastly ogre's account. I don't even know if I said that right. I don't know what a bouffant is. It sounds like a piece of bread. It sounds like the French version of, that one hairstyle, you know? The pompadour. It sounds like a French pompadour, but turned into, like, a croissant. Croissant bread head. I don't know, just spitballing stuff. My brain is a weird machination of various ideas. I'm debating whether to clean the wheel first or last. I'm thinking last because it's the easiest. boy. Go ahead and clean off this middle section first. My famous sectioning off strategy. Which seems to work really well for some apparent reason. Also more pipe. The details. We'll get to that. Pipe segment done. Deep Rock be like... Oh yeah, Deep Rock Season 6 coming out. Thank goodness for step stools. This pipe was just vertigo incarnate for cleaning. If you don't know what vertigo is, if you don't know what vertigo is, consider yourself lucky. If you know it as a consumable item from the 2000s, how do your knees feel? And I say how do they feel because I already know they sound like this. That should be a sound effect. Apparently this is called wall skirting. I mean, I got stuff in my wardrobe that could turn into more of a wall skirting, but... not sure if the wall would approve. That was easy. Okay, so the column covers the whole pillar. That's kind of annoying, but at least we can clean off the fairy godmother as a bust. So, Mommy, just gonna climb up here. Ah, I see. I can't spin with these weird bat platform base things, but they'll still push me off. Weird physics. Warning! Wear protective clothing! Well, at least the fairy godmother cares about OSHA regulations. Honestly, gotta give her props for that. Come with me, and you'll see a world of OSHA violations. Yeah, there are just some notes I can't hit. I'm sorry. I'll award myself a B for effort, though. You know, probably too close for this. Oh yeah, this is a true inefficiency experience right here. Alright, now we're talking. Go ahead and get more of the floor. Good enough for now. We should probably get this potion machine next. Still curious how they got bird poop all over the production floor. Also, these little potion-y fleck things, these particle effects, are throwing me off so hard. Because I keep looking at the floor and thinking it's like stuff I have to get. You Use with caution. Or what? What's gonna happen? Am I gonna get happily ever aftered? Because honestly, that just sounds really nice right now. The heck is that green? Oh, that's potion. That's literally just potion. Okay. I thought it was radioactive waste. I'm like, what are you putting in your potions, lady? About to play Fallout Shrek, I swear. Gas masks required. Because that's not terrifying at all. I guess it kind of makes sense if you think about it, though. Because, like, chlorine is a dangerous gas, but if you mix it with sodium, which is a metal that you really shouldn't be eating, you get salt. So a chemical salt factory would require masks as well. What if these potions are just really high in sodium? Imagine that, they're just salt potions. Also, the true gamer colors, RGP. Oob. Why are all of the tubes blue? If you combine all these colors, you get blue. I don't know, probably. I am by no means an artist, so I wouldn't know that. Like, I will full on admit, if an art class was based off of how good you could create art and your skill, I would literally fail kindergarten art. No joke, my stick figures have polio. Also, welcome back from Mickey Noodles. How are the nudes, if you will? That's awesome! What'd you put in them? Is it like marinara sauce, Did you do what we talked about before? Which is, olive oil and garlic? What'd you put? What'd you put? Alfredo sauce? Also, real quick, this is a really cool beat. When you unintentionally create a rap beat, playing a game about power washing potion machines in Shrek. Why is speaking so hard? A little of this and a little of that. It's a secret family recipe. Got it. Understandable. So I got a headcanon that when you say a little of this and a little of that, you're literally just are adding like olive oil, marinara sauce, and butter, and a little bit of garlic into like a sauce mixture, and combining it with like heavy whipping cream or something. And that's just like a secret recipe. How do you like that? A reveal of your recipe to all of humanity. Get clowned on. Red wine has a key ingredient. Interesting. Honestly, that's pretty interesting. That is really cool. It reminds me of a shrimp recipe that uses rum. I got a shrimp recipe that uses coconut rum. And no, it's not just pouring yourself a glass of rum and then throwing shrimp in there. That would be too easy. Boop. But yeah, I'm no wine cooking expert, so... As far as what you used, if I keep guessing, I'm just gonna get more and more wrong. Sounds good, though. Always good to know how to cook. These electrics are gonna give me an aneurysm. Unless I'm just being the big dumb. Which is always possible. I was waiting for that yawn. Alright. Now this is how you clean a conveyor belt. Run back and forth, and just spray Matron and watch the lights sting up. Honestly, if this very foul nozzle wasn't in the way, I could clean this potion better. Happily ever after. Maximum strength. For you and your true love. Drink of this potion, and bliss will be thine happiness, comfort, and beauty divine. I am thou, thou art I. This one's just unlabeled. Lizard juice. Gross. Bubbles and bliss. Oh, this one is mermaid hair tonic. Am I a persona or do I have a persona? That's the real question. Nine! What is that, though? Strength Arcana? Lick of luck. And I, Jonathan Joestar, took luck, and I put P for pluck. No, wait, sorry, that was his opponent. I'm getting my JoJo lore mixed up. Elixir of life. Wait, if it's a love potion, why is it an Arcana 6? The lovers. I'm suspicious of you, love potion. Wait, no, I get the reference, I get the reference. I get the reference, and that is really clever. Do you get the reference, Max Payne? Because I feel like for other people that are also blonde, like myself, it's gonna go over some heads. All good. If you're eating a delicious meal, don't let me interrupt. It should be federally illegal to interrupt someone's delicious meal. That sort of rhymed a little bit. Oh, those are just stains in the floor. Is that anyone watching the VOD or on YouTube later? The joke here is that IX is the Roman numeral for 9. And there's a very popular song from way back in the day called Love Potion Number 9. The level of clever is off the charts. I am carving a path in the path. That is a tree door. Now I'm just imagining like an alternate Persona opening. But you're playing as Junpei instead of Makoto from Persona 3. And we all know how down bad he is. So instead of Orpheus, Master of Strings, it's like Orgius, Master of Gooning. See, this is the random stuff my brain comes up with when I'm tired. Shorter people have a smaller hitbox. This is true. Actually, this is completely factual when you play Darktide. Warhammer 40k Darktide, if you're shorter, not only is it harder to see over people's heads, but you also have a smaller hitbox for the enemies to hit you with. So yes, character height is actually not just an aesthetic choice. Did you know that shorter people also supposedly have a longer lifespan? Now I read, but I don't know if this is a study that's been confirmed or not, that every inch over 5 feet takes off 1.4 years off your lifespan. Because your heart has to work extra hard getting that blood to the rest of your body. So in other words, short kings and short stacks, rejoice. You're gonna live for a long time. And if you're short, short and you have very chaotic energy, that technically makes you a goblin. We'll leave that part alone for a bit. Guess we'll tackle this next. Whilst you're doing that, I'll do a quick itinerary of the potion room. Make sure nothing's missing. Would it make more sense to say inventory? Toadstool softener. Check. So, mushroom softener. Alpha seltzer. Check. Instead of like Alka-Seltzer. It's a very godmother known for like misspelling or missaying things. Cherry lips. Running low. How low can you go? Happily ever after. Missing! But fairy godmother, there's one right there. What does that green rogue think he's going to do with that? I don't know. Shrek kind of strikes me as more of like a fighter or barbarian than a rogue. Doesn't he know that ogres don't have happily ever afters? Not with that attitude, they don't. Well, that was convenient. I'm not the only one that heard that, right? What am in the haunted house is going on? What is going on up there? Hello? Should I come back another day? Y'all need, like, some time to, like, do your hocus pocus shenanigans up there? Should I hit you with my water gun? That sounds like a sound effect in RuneScape. Like, I swear I've heard that somewhere before. Oh, great, gotta get this, freaking bus cleaned off from all the way down here. I'll figure it out. Not gonna lie, I'm surprised that all the way up there got dirty. These didn't. These dialed up in tuba-populators. Very scientific, y'all, and wouldn't know anything about it. I swear they're making, like, weapons of mass destruction in there. I feel like I should probably report them, but at the same time, it's like... Is that actually gonna do anything? don't mind me, I'm just drinking an energy drink. I want to at least try to get some more done. Because I'm kind of on a roll with some of this commentary. At least I personally think so. I'm probably biased, though. I got it rolling, but it's like kind of like a Limp Bizkit song, but at the same time, it's like I don't know what to comment. It's literally just like gross, kind of pretty pink goo all over the place. I don't know how to comment on that. I could say, can you imagine if you had this color of pink and you put it on a car? And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. That's like probably the only thing worse than driving a Cybertruck. Boom, shots fired, fight me. You have to use Dove soap to get the Dove poo off of the floor. Certainly one way to advertise your product. I love how the same, like, cacklingwitch.ogg sound files are playing in repeat over there. And I'm over here expecting her to say something other than just laughing sounds, like, bruh. And water is boiling. MP3. Woo! Authorized personnel only. Who's authorized? That's a real question. Whoops. I'm only authorized to not be authorized because I'm a temporary employee. True. Also, holy crab cakes, why'd I get so many ladders? If I need a ladder, I will take a ladder, but I don't need them, like, strewn all over the place. Click clonk, click clonk, click clonk. Is that a water dispenser? That is a water cooler. Cooler. Speaking is hard, cut me some slack. As anyone in real life can tell you, speaking English is difficult. Oh, great, we actually have to contend with rust. That's always fun. If I have to contend with rust, we might as well get the garage door out of the way. Oh, that's what I'm flipping up on. We'll get the frame first, since it seems like it's gonna be quicker. We'll at least have that down. Then we'll get the door itself. Wait, this part's metal too? Doesn't look like it. I could also just do the strategy here, right here. I forgot the soap nozzle looks like a potion. The strategy! Honestly, it's flawless. Guys, I have been licked by Max Payne after Red Wine Tongue has been created. I was going to form a more coherent sentence and then that came out. I should probably just finish this section and call it there. I am not making a lot of sense. What the heck is this? Pixie dust? Yes, that is indeed pixie dust. You added a little bit too much sauce to the sauce. I see what you did. It's okay. That just means you're here for a good time. Normally when cooking with alcohol, you're supposed to actually burn off the alcohol while you're cooking it. But I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You only streamed Sunday and Wednesday. I'm surprised to see you on. I missed yesterday, so I'm here today. You know? Figured I had to make up for not popping up and stuff. Just so you know, there's an error message over your video. You were going to get rated, but we couldn't get it to load. Aww. Have you tried another browser, like Chrome? Actually, not sure if you can even hear me, so I'll go ahead and type it into the chat. It is literally asking me to join Twitch in my own chat. Huh? Okay, yes, I'd like to log in. What the actual heck? Yeah, apparently I'm not signed in. Which doesn't make sense because it's like... I'm streaming. How can I stream on my channel and, like, not have the chat also connected? What? But yeah, now I can apparently comment, so that's cool. You get a happy face at the end. Because happy faces make the world a better place. Twitch is clearly cracking down with their little security measures. But sometimes I wonder if it even makes sense. But, what you gonna do? I did re-enable, basically sending my computer specs to Twitch, so it'll auto, like, adjust bitrate and stuff for optimal streaming. It's like a setting that's still in beta. So if there are compatibility issues, I honestly don't know what to do. Woo! Yay! Might clean off these two squares, call it there, because wow, my energy is starting to drain. You can tell based on the fact that I can't form coherent thoughts. But yeah, we had some interesting conversations, so that's always fun. I was gonna lurk and stream, but apparently the game I was going to play is updating. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna do that. Every time my computer boots up, I like to make sure all my games are updated. Definitely helps if you want to play something so you don't have to wait later. Alright, got those two squares. Go ahead and do a small segment over here. Because why not? Oh, I just say thank you to everyone who watched. I appreciate it. All the comments, all the commentary, all the interactions. It's always appreciated. And next Sunday we're going to stream more Fantasio. I get that that's spoilers for some people, so you probably can't watch it. Which is fine, but if you've seen it, it's always good to revisit with a first time reaction to it. Sometimes games can have a update halfway through. Like halfway through the day. So that could always influence it. At this point, Miles, look at the generator wheel here, too. Wow, my throat was dry for no reason. But yeah. Everyone make sure your games are updated so you can play them. It's always a good idea to let your games update if you want to like watch a stream while you're doing that. But keep in mind that your bandwidth will get affected if you're trying to do something live. Like, you know, watching a stream will consume bandwidth that could otherwise be used for your games. That is, in fact, a thing that happens. I can only handle so many inappropriate comments before I just get TOI'd, so... TOS. But I think I know what you mean. It means terms of service. Like, hey, you're saying or allowing too much crazy stuff, we're gonna have to ban you, and it's just like, oh, okay. To be fair, I have said really outlandish stuff and still gotten away with it, and I think it's just because I'm not an affiliate or a partner. So, Twitch doesn't care. Now, if I were, I would be a menace. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out, I promise you. To be fair, there are streamers out there who will have a glass of wine and curse on stream, so I think the bar for being banned is kind of high. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I'm actually gonna try to hop off in a little bit here. Get some rest. Or at the very least, just chill out for the rest of the night. We cleaned up Shrek Swamp, and we actually cleaned a decent part of this factory. So when we come back, we'll see what the Fairy Lion Mother says. Because we're pretty close to her next text message. And And, yeah. Yeah. I'm enjoying this DLC, though. It's fun. I like it. Get this block right here. Tune in Sunday for ReFantasio. If you haven't played, probably don't. Just because, you know, I'm pretty far in the game. There's plenty of spoilers. If you've already played it, cool. Really fun game. I'm enjoying it a lot. The characters are written masterclass level. Neat, I got the generator floor cleaned. Kind of what I was hoping for, TBH. But yeah, last Wednesday I was busy washing my bed sheets, and it took all my energy away. And by the time it came around to stream, I was exhausted. So hopefully I have the energy next week, but I'm gonna head off for now. Starting to get a little bit eepy, as you will. So I'm gonna hop off. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. You're beautiful, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.